the asshole for not trying harder to let my ex know our son passed? Am I the asshole for kidnapping my baby, causing my husband to have a panic attack? Are you kidding me?
I'll kill this man.
Hi guys! It's Adria and
Brandon.
And we're back again today for more shenanigans. And today we are reading Am I the A-Hole on Reddit.
Oof.
It's juicy.
There's some doozies in there.
Brandon was up at 4:30 in the morning reading them. And
I was kind of, what's it called? Oh, it's the word I'm looking for.
Dissociating?
No, not dissociating. Procrastinating.
Yeah.
Until this morning, I woke up from nightmares, a zombie nightmare.
So let's get started. But before we do, be sure to like up the video and subscribe if you haven't for more, and let us know if you want to see us do more of these.
There's a bunch of assholes.
There's a ton of assholes.
Okay.
Let's find the assholes, shall we?
I got one for you.
If I wanted to hear from an asshole, I would have farted.
So funny. I love that joke. I've used it like 3 times. I love it.
At work?
Oh, I might use it tomorrow. Sorry for the moving camera, guys.
Shh. Alright, so the first one is, am I the asshole for begging my girlfriend to uphold a sexist tradition just so she can make a good first impression?
Oof. Well.
I have a big family that's incredibly close. We have big family dinners every few months where we all meet at my great-grandfather's estate and eat together. Typically, how this works is that the women go cook for the time they're there and the men don't, which I'm fully aware is sexist as hell.
Oh, I'm for this guy.
That being said, I am one of the youngest people in the family, and protests mean literally nothing. Some of those women choose not to cook. However, this is usually met with a level of ostracizing. The women who don't cook are wives and long-term girlfriends, so they kind of already have a good family relationship doctored in. When I've seen new partners not cook, it's gone bad. Like completely ostracized, not speaking, cattiness, rudeness, etc. Oh, this is like... I don't like this so far.
Yeah.
This dinner will be in 2 weeks, and my girlfriend was asked if she would attend. Initially, she said yes, which is great. I want her to meet everyone and for everyone to get used to her being around. But when I explained to her the tradition, she was understandably bothered. Yeah, anybody.
Well, what's the tradition besides cooking?
The women cook and the men don't cook.
That's not crazy to me.
Brandon's an asshole. Brandon's an asshole.
What are the men doing?
They're just sitting around.
They're probably hunting for the meat for the...
They're probably sitting on their asses drinking alcohol like you're doing right now. I told her that I understood where she was coming from. However, it was best for everyone if she just played along. I told her this isn't a permanent thing and that I am only asking her to do this so that she can avoid bad treatment from the rest of the family. That's kind
of stupid.
That's like understandable. He's like trying to protect her.
Yeah.
But the family ostracizing you because you don't follow along their tradition, like that's weird.
And will they? Or is that just what he thinks?
This is her first impression, and I don't think it's best if we cause waves. So she told me that it's unacceptable and that if she has to do that, she will not be going. I've tried to find a compromise with her on this, but she won't budge and she's pissed at me. She told me that if it's acceptable to make her do this, I'm just as bad as everyone else. Well, my point is, she needs to make a good first impression. Am I the asshole?
No. I think if she's trying to impress the family, she should probably go along with the traditions the first time around and try to make a good impression. It's not a big deal to cook. I cook every single day. There it is.
Okay, so most people voted this guy the asshole. I'm kind of torn with it. I don't like the
forced part.
Right, and the pressure to like perform in front of his family. Like if this was me and you, I'd be like, what? Like, first of all, I don't cook.
Yeah, it would be like...
Like, if she doesn't cook at all or she's not good at cooking, I don't know, that seems like a weird thing to, like, put somebody on the spot to do.
Even when you're cooking, though, if that's what they do in that family, that's how that's always going to be. You know, you're always going to kind of feel weird if you're not going to participate in it. It's not like it's going to be... What are they going to be cooking? Like, they're all probably gonna be drinking wine and just freaking hanging out in the kitchen.
I'd be curious to see what the dynamics are like. Like, if it's fun and lighthearted and, like, we're all cooking. But if it's, like, 1950s housewives and the men, like, oh, you better get back in the kitchen, like... Yeah, I mean, this is kind of 50-50 for me, honestly. I understand wanting to make a good first impression and also saving your partner from the ostracizing of your family. I totally understand that. Maybe tell your family to not be so sexist.
I don't think it's that crazy. I don't think that one's that crazy. I don't think that's crazy, though.
No?
No, I don't even know what they're cooking, though. It's like...
That changes.
Like, what are you cooking? Are you cooking a Thanksgiving meal? Like... Are you just making potatoes? Are you making macaroni and cheese? Are you making macaroni salad? Like,
ew.
Because what could you possibly be cooking that's so hard? Because cooking isn't hard. And it's not slaving. It's fine. That's just where I'm at.
Anywho, all right, you want to read yours?
Ooh. So this is the first one that I read this morning. Am I the asshole for not inviting a family member with a service dog to my wedding?
I already want to say yes.
That one caught my eye pretty early on.
Wait, they didn't invite?
They didn't invite their family member because of the service dog. Okay, so here it goes. Okay, so I, 27 female, am getting married in August. My fiance and I are having about a 90-person wedding. It's not that lavish, but we want like a party for everybody to come to. We're paying for the whole thing ourselves.
Okay.
She goes in on about this a couple times. So we're paying for the whole things ourselves. We did too.
We did
no
too.
help from our families, and I preferred to keep the wedding smaller. And 90 is actually a cut down from the list of 180.
They know more people than... How many people were at our wedding? I think we had
Like
45, 50
yeah, like
at ours.
We like 50. It was tiny though.
It was very small.
Yeah, I paid for the whole thing. Okay. Okay, so one of the people cut was a cousin, 27 female, I grew up with, who, if didn't have a service dog, would have been invited, and honestly, could have been in the running to be a bridesmaid. So they're close.
Oh no.
We grew up together, and we were close growing up. Sometimes during... Oh, wait, sorry, I stuttered. Sometime during college, she got a service dog.
Okay.
This is when I stopped hanging out with her outside of family functions.
Is the service dog related to, like, the falling out?
So, it's a dog for PTSD, and I don't know what task it's trained for, and I don't know what the cause for her PTSD is either.
Oh my god.
And then she goes on to say, I just don't like dogs. I don't view any dogs favorably. My family knows this, and until now, I had never been an issue. Because of her service dog, we grew apart. That's crazy.
Because of her service dog, we grew
Let me reread that
apart?
one. Because of her service dog, we grew apart.
Electric chair.
There was never any argument or event that happened. Our lives just went separate ways. I also met my fiance and had a group of college friends I started hanging out with. Before these questions come up, I'm not allergic. I was never bit by a dog. There is no trauma. Dogs just aren't for me.
Asshole.
Invites were sent out, and I got a message from my cousin asking where her invite was.
Oh no.
My aunt, her mom, was talking about my wedding. I told her she wasn't invited, and we had to cut the guest list down. She said, I don't get why she didn't make the cut. We were close for a long time, and she kept pressing. Finally, I told her, I don't want a dog at my wedding.
I cannot believe this is
It took her a day to respond to that. But by that point, I had heard from my mom, my aunt, and several other family members, and I held firm. I'm paying for the whole thing. I'm controlling that day and who is there. I finally compromised and texted my cousin she could come, but without her dog.
No. No!
That set off a storm, and that came down on me. I answered the call from her, and all I heard was yelling on the other end. I hung up. This was followed by many text messages calling me an asshole, ableist, etc. This drama has been going on for over a week now, and it's in a few months until my wedding. There is a faction of my family that said they are declining now, and they are using my mom to pressure me or pressuring her into not coming. My mom is supporting me because it's my wedding and I'm paying for it. Am I the asshole here?
100%.
100%. You're the asshole, you asshole.
I understand, like, the needing to cut down the list, but the reason you cut this person out is so petty and disgusting.
Solely because of the dog. That's the only reason.
That's the only reason. Like, the fact that they were close and she could have been, like, in the wedding party, like a bridesmaid, that is just so disgusting.
And then she gets a dog and she just stops talking to her.
Okay, you're the asshole just for the part, I don't like dogs. Like, that was enough for me to be like, you're the asshole.
I don't want to be around anybody that doesn't like a dog.
Me neither.
Like, what is wrong with you?
I have no soul.
We kind of have some first-hand experience of this. My mom and stepdad's dog is certified as a service dog. My stepdad has PTSD, and Mac came to our wedding, and it was fine. Service dogs are so different than bringing your yappy chihuahua to a wedding.
They just laid there.
That I would understand. If just like I wouldn't want that either.
Oh yeah, what if the service dog's a little flirting chihuahua?
Alright, if it's a chihuahua, you're fine. No, I'm kidding.
But if it's like a lab, you're filthy animal.
Service dogs are so chill. You didn't even know Mac was there. He was literally like under a table. You made a huge problem out of something that was so not a problem.
You kind of stole the show, though.
We got a lot of pictures of
Everybody loved Mac.
Yeah. And honestly, like, it was nice just to have him there for anybody that was even anxious being there. So it was like a nice addition and like icebreaker. I felt like your dad liked being around Mac because like your dad seemed kind of anxious. It was nice to just have him there. You are definitely an a-hole. I can't imagine. I don't like dogs. Like, who doesn't like dogs? That's a huge red flag.
You're a freak.
You are. I'm sorry.
You're a freak.
Like, I'm not really a huge cat person, but if I'm at someone's house, they have a cute cat. Like, oh, like,
we literally have a cat. Frida. Frida, come here. What did your mother just say to you? Take it back.
I'm sorry, I'm not a cat person.
Take it back.
I'm not a cat person, but I like her. All right, so we've determined you are the a-hole. Oh, this one is crazy. Am I the asshole for not trying harder to let my ex know our son passed?
Passed as in died? Our son?
Their son together. So I already off the bat want to say yes, but I don't know. The majority voted not the a-hole, so I'll be curious to see. Both myself, female, and my partner, male, were 28 when I found out I was pregnant, together for 4 years. Personally, I didn't want the child. My work was offering potential advances within my position, and I was excited for it. But after a lot of talking, we decided to go forward with it. When I was around 20 weeks, just after finding out the gender, he disappeared. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I couldn't contact him. He wouldn't answer the phone or messages. I got worried and messaged his mother and found out he was living back with her and was overwhelmed with the situation.
Oh, God.
He kept paying his part of the bills over to my bank each month, but I received no contact. I even tried going over. Nothing. Okay, this is...
I hate this guy.
We hate this guy.
Oh, he's ass.
By about 27 weeks, I gave up trying, gave up crying, and just got on with what I thought was a future as a single mother. I brought everything I needed over the next couple of weeks and set it all up. At 31 weeks, I started having pains, but put it down to Braxton Hicks. Just before 32 weeks, my waters went, and I went into labor. With the baby coming very quickly, he went straight to the NICU. I messaged and rang my ex and his mother, no response.
Oh, wow.
No. Less than a week later, my son passed due to complications of early birth. I again tried to contact my ex and his mother, left voicemails and messages, nothing. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for her. Could you imagine going through something like this alone? The next few weeks were a blur, but with the help of my mother and father, his funeral was arranged. Oh no.
Oh God.
They tried to contact X and his mother also, still nothing. I sent more messages, nothing. I'm assuming we were probably all blocked, but honestly at that point I didn't care.
How do you block?
I was so broken. Yeah, how
do you block the mother of your kid?
Absolutely disgusting.
That is insane. His funeral came and went. It was beautiful and horrible. I stopped messaging and told my family not to bother after the funeral had passed. I couldn't deal with it anymore. About 5 months after his birth/death, my ex turned up, let himself in. I wasn't at home, but when I got back, he was instantly hostile. The flat was clearly not set up for nor accommodating a small child. He demanded to see his son. I broke down and told him what happened. I've never seen him so sad and angry. He stormed out, slamming the door on his way out. Within half an hour, I got a nasty call from his mother, followed by messages from siblings/other family. How dare I not let him know something so serious? How could I hide something like that out of petty spite? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
I'll kill this man.
Honey, don't admit that on me.
I'm gonna kill you.
I truly didn't. I tried, but I couldn't keep trying. It's been nearly 3 weeks now of them being awful. I was speaking to my sister this weekend, and she said, to be frank, it was a bit of a move to not keep trying. They deserve to know. Like, you tried.
What if she tried like 3 times and just like, picking up.
She called once. Oh, well, he didn't answer.
He didn't answer.
No. They deserve to know. Was it? I tried so hard to let him know, but I was struggling so hard too. I lost my son too. Am I the asshole? Should I have done more? 1,000% not the asshole.
Yeah, he blocks you and where's my kid?
I feel like she did more than she should have even done. Once he moved out and like wasn't answering, like it's not really his business at that point.
Should have just killed him.
Electric chair.
The fact that he wouldn't be like apologizing to her, like I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
The fact that he missed all that and he's just gonna storm out and throw a tantrum. What a asshole! That guy. Girl, she's so much better off without him.
That kind of reminds me, I had a coworker, she lied. Should I say this?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I had a coworker and she got pregnant with like this from this dirtbag, right? She lied to him and said that she cheated on him so that he wouldn't be involved in the kid's life.
Honestly, I can't really blame her if he was bad. But it's like, why would you be with him if he was that bad?
Am I the asshole for not letting my neighbor's wife with cancer use my driveway?
What?
That's a good one, right?
I'm so confused off the bat.
Majority of the votes, not the asshole. Let's see how this goes.
Alright, well, I mean, this kind of hits close to home because we have experience with a crappy neighbor, so...
They have the clickbait titles on, not reading the whole thing. Am I the asshole for not letting my neighbor's wife with cancer use my driveway? I can't stop looking at myself. I, 47 female, have a 32 male neighbor who has a wife with cancer. We'll just call neighbor M. M and I don't exactly have a friendly relationship, just like a neutral one. A year ago, M asked if he could use our driveway because it'd be easier to help his wife to the car in case of emergencies. I didn't exactly mind them using our driveway because we didn't really use it often and it was for a good cause. So I gave them permission forwarding to a day ago. Okay, so I gave them permission forwarding to a day ago.
Wait, what's forwarding?
Like forwarding.
Oh, forwarding?
Forwarding.
I'm like, what's forwarding?
Fast forward to yesterday. Forwarding. Forwarding. I can't say it right now.
To a day ago.
To a day ago. She does catering for a living, by the way, in parentheses.
Okay.
I had a friend come over to pick some food up I cooked. As my friend drove by, he parked his car in the driveway because the parking spaces in front of my house were full. It was a quick stop. I gave the food, shared a couple words with my friend, and was about to leave until M's car pulled up.
Oh no!
M left the car in the middle of the street, walked out of his car, and started to curse me out. All while my friend was watching. I was totally shocked that M chose to do that, and he was angry about the fact that my friend was using my driveway. This was when his wife comes in.
Oh no.
She angrily storms out of the car and starts to yell at me too. At this point, they're screaming at me, calling me names, accusing me of being a terrible person for using my driveway, specifically when they told me to not use it. M also began to guilt trip me, saying stuff like, "My wife has cancer," and his wife said, "I have cancer. Who the hell do you think you are?" I tried to reason with them, attempting to prove my innocence, because after all, it was a catering order.
Right.
Here's where I may be the asshole. As much as I avoided getting into a big argument that could have potentially got physical, I feel I could have handled it better, of course. M's wife could have been in an emergency, and having cancer is no joke, but
right.
I feel somewhat selfish for trying to reason with them after I allowed them to use the driveway and told them I wouldn't use it. Also, instead of reasoning with them, I could have just accepted the fact that I should have left my driveway open and told my friend to stop across the street, but I feel entitled to my driveway since 1, it is technically mine, 2, my friend was literally about to leave, and 3, there was no emergency. I feel guilty that I refused that to someone, but I feel washed out that I let someone yell at me. Am I the asshole? So are they the asshole for using their driveway to put some food in their friend's car?
No. Oh, I thought the wife with cancer was the caterer.
No, so the lady who owns the driveway is the caterer. She's cooking the food, and their friend came to load up so she went to load the food up into her friend's car. And as soon as she went to load into the car, Cancer pulls in and is like, what the F?
That's
You told me I could use that.
That is crazy.
One time, and they are storming, screaming, cursing her out. So much so she thought she was about to get into a fight.
That is just such entitlement.
That's crazy.
That is so much entitlement that I just can't even... Okay, you guys had an agreement with the driveway,
Yeah.
but like, it's the neighbor's driveway. It is that person's driveway. Using cancer to guilt trip people is such a...
Imagine using your neighbor's driveway and then screaming at them when they park in it.
You could have just asked. No,
That's
everybody has a crazy neighbor. I feel for people that have crazy neighbors because, honestly, same.
Oh, God.
This is the last one. Am I the asshole for kidnapping my baby, causing my husband to have a panic attack?
Potentially.
It could be.
Who has custody?
People voted not the a-hole,
Oh,
but
boy.
I'll be curious to see. I feel like using the word kidnapping when it's your own kid is kind of like iffy.
Well,
It kind of depends on the situation.
if you're taking them when you're not supposed to be
Right.
taking them, what are you gonna call it?
Okay, Brandon. So I, 29 female, recently started working again after having my daughter. 4M? 4 male? Oh, 4 months. I was like, your daughter is 4 and male?
4 males? 4 males make up your daughter like a transformer?
Oh, like
It's just made out of 4 men.
That scene from It's Always Sunny, we need matching suits. Like,
Yeah.
They're all like in the Transformer
Yeah.
suit. Daycare is too expensive, so my husband, 35 male, reluctantly agreed to stay home. It's important to know that he's been unemployed since 2021. He receives benefits, so it's also important to know that he's extremely lazy.
Oh.
Okay, he doesn't cook, clean, or help out in any way. I was nervous about leaving her home with her father, but I had no choice.
I don't like this guy either.
When I came back from work, she was clean and sleeping. All right, well, that's good. The next few times I came home, he was either playing with her, feeding her, or out for a walk with her. I was happy. A few days ago, my neighbor told me that as soon as I leave, the baby cries, and she cries for hours. Oh no.
That neighbor's stirring the pot.
Yeah, that neighbor's like, hey, you might want to like check on your man. My neighbor said that she knocked on our door and he finally answered it. He was sleeping. I concluded that he sleeps all day, and right before I come home he pretends to care for her.
King.
What? What?
That was like me when I used to skip school. I would like, when like my stepdad would come home, I would be home all day and then he would come home and I'd just jump out the window.
I decided to take the day off of work. I left home at my regular time, waited 30 minutes, and then went home. Sure enough, he was knocked out asleep with his stupid noise-canceling headphones on. Oh my gosh, so he can't even hear her cry. Oh, that...
Noise canceling headphones so she can just sit there and cry.
Child Protective Services. I went to my daughter's room, scooped her up, and took her to my friend's house. I waited about 2 hours, and I finally called him to tell him that I was coming home early. He called me back saying he can't find the baby. He told me that he was going to call the police, but before he did, I told him what I did. He called me an asshole and a lot of other words too. When I got home, his mother was there, calming his nerves. Oh, come on!
Oh, I'm gonna beat up his mom too.
Because he has a panic attack. She also called me an asshole. My husband decided to sleep at her house. Family members are telling me that I'm a terrible person. I know that this was extreme, but I don't know if I could consider myself to be an asshole.
You know that guy was shitting his pants when he woke up and the baby wasn't there.
I think she is not an I think this was a very important lesson for him in responsibility and like being proactive in your child's life. Just because your child's sleeping doesn't mean you get to sleep with noise canceling headphones on. Maybe this will be a wake-up call for him.
That's crazy.
That is
crazy.
Besides, if I wanted to hear from an asshole, I would have farted. Now you going to get out of grown folks' business.
Like, sometimes I think that our lives are crazy, like our families are crazy, but then I hear stuff like that and I'm like, oh.
Not that bad. Not
Like,
that crazy.
honestly, that girl's a queen though, because I mean, she's better than me. I probably wouldn't even have told him. I wouldn't even have told him. I'd been like, well, too bad. I would have been like, you lost our child?
That neighbor talks so much trash.
Well, thank God for
I
that
know,
neighbor.
but you know she talks trash.
That neighbor, that would have been like our neighbor across from us. That
she
would've
sees
lived.
everything. She knows.
Why do men? Why do men? I'm gonna sell Why Do Men shirts.
Such a gamer move.
So thank you guys for joining us today for these Am I the Asshole Reddit posts. Let us know if you disagree with us, agree with us on any of these. That last one was like, that one might have been the craziest one.
I'm curious to see if anybody thinks the service dog person was an asshole.
Oh my gosh, I think every person and their mom.
I don't know, I feel like some people don't like dogs. So that way we can weed them out. Execution.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.